264. philsgang.com.
Warning. Google, Apple, Microsoft, Netflix, Facebook, all these hot stocks are going to crash. They're going to drop as much as 60, 70%. Hi, I'm Phil Grandy, philsgang.com. Exactly what happened in the dot-com days is going to repeat itself. Remember, 85% of people lose money in the stock market because they don't know when to get out. I fixed that with my color code technology chart. Tells you when to buy, when to sell, when to add, and when to run like hell. That's right. Make sure you check it out. It's free for 10 days. philsgang.com. What, are you nuts? Coffee's up 92%. Lumber's up 67%. Heating oil, what, 60%? Gasoline, 55%. I understand why you guys are telling me to raise my rates here at Phil's Gang, but we haven't raised our rates since 2001. Hi, I'm Phil Grandy at philsgang.com. I'm not going to raise my rates. Our membership's been $39.95 since 2001, and for a good reason. So that you have enough room that when you do make money here at Phil's Gang, and you will, because you're going to learn how to short stocks, that there's enough room to send some money to St. Jude. That's why we never raised our price. And that's why we give you good value. So, you want to continue with good value, good information, be on the right side of the market? Join my gang, philsgang.com, where the price has not moved, where we fight inflation. philsgang.com.
I signed up, and I've learned an incredible amount from Phil and Steve. The staff at Phil's Gang gives platinum-level service and stock recommendations. You know, it's as simple as that. At the end of a month or so, I've always been in the black. Phil's Gang is a class act. I'm happy to be a member.
Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
I believe that every single human being with a laptop computer and an internet connection should be required to give trading at least a shot.
Following Phil, his charting system has really been a huge impact on my career and my life.
I believe that every educated individual on planet Earth.
I would recommend Phil's Gang to the mom and pop out there. I would recommend it to parents teaching their children. I would recommend it to grandparents.
Should do this. It's not for every single human being on Earth. I know this. But it's one of those things that you should try, because if you happen to get it right, if you happen to be one of the ones that this is for.
Follow the money. Follow Phil Grandy.
Oh my God.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy at philsgang.com. That's right, philsgang.com. Join my gang for 10 days. It's free.
What's in front of you is a life of incredible joy, freedom, and independence.
philsgang.com.
The stocks discussed on Phil's Gang are not in any way a recommendation or solicitation to buy, sell, or hold. If considering acting on information presented, we first recommend you seek out a competent, licensed professional for advice. Get ready for the radio show that tells you what Wall Street doesn't want you to know.
Oh, I'm a money magnet. Money's coming to me. Money sets me free. I'm a money magnet. Money's coming to me.
It's your daily dose of how to manage your money. And now it's time for Phil's Gang on the Off the Wall Street Radio Network. With your host, Phil Grandy.
It's perfectly clear that these regulators were asleep at the switch.
God, if I hear that one more time, I'll pull my hair out. I mean, this is amazing. They're asleep at the switch. No, they weren't. No, they weren't. I mean, it's amazing. What a week. Think about what a week. And what gets to me, you know, I can handle this stuff, but when I hear the constant lying, that's when I get grumpy. I get really nuts. I can't stand the lying with these people. I mean, and when they lie to you, they're saying, boy, you're so stupid. I can get away with it. I can tell you anything. You're so stupid. This is what they're saying to us. This is crazy. Warns, lack of regulations. That did it. Yep, lack of regulations. And it's going to get worse. The bank stocks are going to get worse. People don't even understand what's going on. I tried to explain to my members this morning over and over. I said, don't you understand? This market is it's over. They blew up the banking system. In the last few days, right, I'm listening to everybody on the fake business network. Look at that, the tech stocks are going up. The tech stocks are going. How long are they going to go up for? What are you, nuts? They're going to go up for a couple of days, and that's going to be the end of it because you're missing a key ingredient. You're missing a key ingredient. Zero interest rates. So, yeah, what they're doing is secretly, they're calling it stealth. They're calling it stealth QE, just like QE we had in 2008, 2009. They're doing the same thing, but this is stealth. They're still going to the Treasury Department. The Federal Reserve goes to Treasury, have them print a bunch of money. They deliver it over to the Fed. Fed takes it, spread it among their 5 largest investment banks. The investment banks run to the auction, start bidding on 10-year Treasuries. And you can see, just pull up, and I have this for my gang members. I'll give it to you too. Just go to CNBC. This is the U.S. 10-year Treasury. There's a chart. And every day you can see exactly. You don't have to ask anymore, what's the market going to do? You're going to know. Every time they push that yield down, they're trying to push the tech stocks up. To get the tech stocks up, remember, you got to push those yields down. And you can see them doing it. How do they do that? Print all this money. Then they go buy treasuries, and they drop the yield. The more they buy in treasuries, the more the yield drops, and the more these stocks go up. But there's a problem. As I told you yesterday, they're missing the most important thing, the zero interest rate Fed money. That's the money that drove the whole stock market up 1,200% from 2009 to 2020, the tech stock boom. It was those zero rates that they could take and give the money. Remember what happened? The Fed could take that money, give it to their banks, and their banks would give it to their big tech customers. Say, go buy your own stock. Keep buying your own shares. Stock buybacks. That way there you didn't need a profit, and your stock would go up without a profit. Growth stocks. All speculation. They don't have that. What they're doing now is raising rates. That's why none of these rallies are going to be sustainable. So they can push down all they want. Remember, we were at 4.1%, the 10-year Treasury. Now we're at 3.3%. What a hell of a push. I mean, you talk about artificially interfering with the stock market, but it's not going to do them any good. I mean, it's insane. And again, the key component is gone. You got to make sure if you're going to do QE, you also got to be giving on the other side of the ledger free money to the CEOs so they can do stock buybacks. Not happening. Lack of regulation. Is that it? You think that's what happened this week? Lack of regulation. That's why the banks went down this week? Unbelievable. No, let me tell you why the banks went down this week. Because Biden in his first 22 months spent so much money, he went on a spending spree, larger than any other president in history. That's one reason. Even more than the 2009-2017 Obama-Biden team, their spending spree. Remember, they increased debt by 72%, those two characters. $9 trillion. $9 trillion they increased debt. 72%. They spent more money than all the other 43 presidents combined. That's the Obama-Biden team. And then they increased healthcare costs. Unbelievable. Usually healthcare costs at the time was around 11% of GDP. They pushed it up to 19% of GDP. Obama was the most costly healthcare, destroyed this nation. So now here we are with a $31 trillion national debt. Yeah, it just gets me when she says it's regulations doing this. No, nothing to do with regulations. It's the national debt that's now, the interest, we're around $32 trillion, and our interest payments are almost $500 billion. That's why. That's why your market's going down. That's why the banks imploded. That's unsustainable. Because it keeps slowing the economic growth of your country. We can't grow. There wasn't regulations. It was deficit spending. Think about it. 2021, the deficit was $984 billion. 2022, the deficit $1.4 trillion. 2023, it jumps to $1.5 trillion. Now, with his new $6 trillion budget, which $4 trillion of the $6 trillion are social programs. That's right, social programs, welfare programs, social programs. We're going to have another deficit of nearly $2 trillion. Now you're getting it? And she's lying to us when she says, because she doesn't want you to know that, because she signed on to all these bills. She signed on to all these bills. She doesn't want you to know the truth. So all these deficits, $984 billion, $1.4 trillion, $1.5 trillion, $1.8 trillion, they're all mounting up. These raising deficits, they keep rising deficits, going up. That causes inflation. That caused Powell to raise short-term Fed rate to fight the inflation that was caused by these deficits. That was the cause of why the banks imploded, not regulation. She's a liar. A liar. Well, she lied her way into Harvard. Remember how she lied her way into Harvard, become a Marxist teacher, one of the many now. Yeah. Hey, did you see where Hillary Clinton now is going to go teach at Columbia? Are you kidding? And she's going to give a course on how she's going to come in and say, she's going to talk about Benghazi, how everybody lied about Benghazi and the truth. And then she's going to do a course on the, the Trump rumor there, how he was having the Russia hoax. We're going to tell the truth. I'm going to teach the truth on the Russia hoax. Can you imagine? She's going to fit in great. She's going to fit in great with all the other professors who sit there and lie and whatever. Anyways, so this spending spree and these deficits are a horrible thing. Deficits are a tax on you. That's why this market, see, people don't understand this. They think the market's just going to go up. I can't believe that people jumping in buying these tech stocks think they're going to go up. There's only one place for this market to go, down. All they've been doing is preventing it temporarily from going down by, again, doing what we call a stealth QE. And you know what Biden said? Wait till I tell you what Biden said when they asked him about the $6 trillion and all these deficits. What are you going to do with these deficits? What the hell are you going to do with these deficits? It's killing us. I'll tell you what he said when we get back. Join my gang, free for 10 days. Check it, free.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy of philsgang.com. Over the years, I've successfully taught tens of thousands of investors how to navigate the market with confidence. Become a Phil's Gang member and receive the training, the advice, and the software that will take your investing to the next level. I have a team comprised of successful investors, all with proven track records. And Phil's Gang software is easy to use, painless to navigate, and tells you exactly when to buy, when to sell, when to hold, when to run like hell, even short. Learn about common market mistakes and how to minimize them. You don't have to be a seasoned investor to benefit from Phil's Gang and platform. No matter what level investor you are, my strategies for investing are designed to put you on the path to success. Sign up for the 10-day free trial to see our platform in action. Avoid market pitfalls and start winning with Phil's Gang. Learn more at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com.
You want to invest your money and grow your wealth. How do you invest intelligently? Become a Phil's Gang member and receive the training, advice, and software that will take your investing to the next level. Our team is comprised of successful investors, all with proven track records. Phil's Gang software is easy to use, painless to navigate, and tells you exactly when to buy and sell to help maximize profits. Learn about common market mistakes and how to minimize them. Phil's Gang has successfully taught tens of thousands of investors how to navigate the market with confidence. You don't need to be a seasoned investor to benefit from the Phil's Gang platform, no matter what level of investor you are. Phil's Gang strategies for investing are designed to put you on the path to success. Sign up for a 10-day free trial to see our platform in action, avoid market pitfalls, and start winning with Phil's Gang. Learn more at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. If you want to invest your money and grow your wealth, just listen to Phil Grandy.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy, philsgang.com. There's many reasons to listen to a radio show, but I think to listen to my show, you get the truth, you get clarity, and you get great information.
No matter what level of investor you are, Phil's Gang strategies for investing are designed to put you on the path to success.
You know what? Most of all, it's fun. philsgang.com. Clarity, good information, and fun.
With the philsgang.com membership, we bring investors right to the floor, into the pits with Phil's daily live webinar classroom. Get inside market guidance on investing strategies. Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Don't have time to analyze and study stocks? At philsgang.com, we recognize that there are all types of investors, and we also recognize that your time is valuable. So we offer investing programs for all individuals. We offer investing programs for long-term and short-term positions. And philsgang.com provides quick and easy to understand investing videos that only take a few minutes to watch. With the philsgang.com investing programs, you will learn technical stock charting, how to execute your trades, and most importantly, you will gain the confidence to know when to get out of a stock and take profits. Sign up at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Or give them a call, 877-600-GANG. If you want to invest your money and grow your wealth, just listen to Phil Grandy.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy, philsgang.com. There's many reasons to listen to a radio show, but I think to listen to my show, you get the truth, you get clarity, and you get great information.
No matter what level of investor you are, Phil's Gang strategies for investing are designed to put you on the path to success.
You know what? Most of all, it's fun. philsgang.com. Clarity, good information, and fun.
You can be a successful investor in the stock market by knowing what the market is going to do.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy at philsgang.com. God, you go nuts listening to these shows on TV, Kramer, any of them. I mean, they're giving you total garbage. Garbage in, garbage out. One day they tell you, buy this stock. Next day, don't buy the stock. Then you have two people on the show. One guy saying buy it, the other guy says don't buy it. So the question is, what the hell do you do? Well, we don't have questions here at Phil's Gang. And they never have to ask the question, what do you think the market's going to do? My members always know what the market's going to do because they've learned how to follow the money. That's right. Follow the money. You don't follow fundamentals. You follow the money. And what is that? That's volume. That's the buyers and the sellers. And the other thing, you got to learn how to sell a stock as well as buy a stock.
Follow the money. Follow Phil Grandy.
Check it out, philsgang.com. Go to my podcast, YouTube, and Rumble every day. That's philsgang.com.
Welcome back to the Phil's Gang Radio Show. Want to know more about Phil's Gang? Go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-4264. Now, here's Phil.
Welcome back to Phil's Gang. Oh, man. So, right before the break, Biden comes out and his team comes out with one of the biggest lies I ever heard. I mean, these are serious deficits. Deficits are a killer. It kills your economy. Deficits are horrible. I mean, you might as well just, stick your head in the sand. I mean, they're just really bad. So he comes, oh, no. They come out and they start to say, and his director of finance comes out and says, oh, no. You know, our new budget of $6 trillion, that's going to reduce the deficit. The deficit, oh, yeah. When the more we spend, oh yeah, just like 2021 and 2022, we had 1.4 trillion. Oh, that deficit was reduced. No, it wasn't. Those deficits don't get reduced. You're not growing the economy, for God's sakes. You're not growing the economy. So when you hear that, when they lie to you and say, "Hey, don't worry about the deficits," okay, with all the inflation, don't worry about that. What we're going to do is the more of a budget we have, the more money we spend, then that deficit will be reduced. That's a bold-faced lie. Then the other thing, what gets me is they, on the lying that they reduce the deficits by, spending the, 6 trillion to reduce to 1.8 trillion. Then they said, well, no, how we're going to pay for? We're going to pay for all this. The rich don't pay their taxes, so all the money we're spending, we're going to get the rich to pay for it. Oh, I see. How are you going to do that? Well, they say, the top 1%, they don't pay their fair share. They just don't pay their fair share. Really? No. Well, I got a problem with that. How can they say that? And they always use this. Did you know 400 of the wealthiest families only pay an effective rate of 8%? Well, there's more families than 400 that are top 1%. But they always use that. Right? So I don't know what their problem is. 22% of our country's total income goes to the top 1%. But they create jobs and everything else. But guess what? Also, they pay 44% of all the income taxes collected. They pay 24% of all taxes as an aggregate. So let me say that again. Yes, the top 1% gets the top 1% get 22% of the all the income. All the income. They get that. But they also pay 44% of all the income tax and 24% of all taxes, state taxes and everything else. Put it another way, the top 1% pays 26% of the top 37% tax rate. The top tax rate is 37%. They pay 26% of the 37%, and they're saying they don't pay any taxes, while the bottom 50% pays just 3%. But they always come out and say, oh, those 400 bad families. Boy, they're 400 bad families. They don't pay their fair share. And those dirty, dirty corporations, they don't pay their fair share either. Well, first of all, you can tax them all you want. They really don't pay it. They pass it on to you. But let's look at some numbers. In 2017, corporations, there is corporations that pay no tax. We know that, okay? But let's take the aggregate of all the corporations in the United States. According to the tax department, in 2017, they collected from corporations $297 billion. In 2022, they collected in taxes $425 billion. That's a 43% increase from 2017 to 2022. And he said they don't pay taxes. Come on. And in the top 1%, as I said, think about it. They really get screwed. They really get they pay nearly 44% of all the tax income. It's insane. It's insane. So Biden said that Trump tax cut didn't work. So what we got to do is to pay for my deficit. Remember, we're going to get this deficit down. We'll call it $2 trillion. We're going to pay for it. Don't worry about it, because we always pay. We'll reduce that deficit, okay, by having a $6 trillion budget. We're going to spend $6 trillion, which, by the way, $4 trillion, the $6 trillion are all social programs. But put that aside. So they're going to reduce that $1.8 trillion, and they're going to do it by increasing taxes. And they're saying, we got to get rid of that tax cut that Trump put in place. Got to get rid of that tiny, dirty little thing, that tax cut. Doesn't work. Really? Whether you hate Trump or not, it worked. And it bailed out Biden's butt, because his first 2 years in office, he ran the biggest deficits. And if it wasn't for Trump's tax cut, he would have been in real trouble. Trump's tax cut saved his butt. But if you look at the Trump tax cut, the tax revenue increased, I think it was in 2 years, increased by 43%. Tax revenue increased by 40, I think it's about 43%. What's wrong with that? So look, the bottom line is this. The stock market, as long as they continue to go back to QE, which they're doing, not telling you, to get those 10-year trade. Look at the 10-year trade. Go to CNBC and pick up the chart. It was at 4.1, now it's 3.3. That's a huge drop. They do that to rally the tech stocks. Because remember, growth stocks, unlike value stocks, growth stocks, speculators buy those stocks. They don't care if they make profits. They can't get away with that with value stocks. So they're trying to, but it's not going to work because the big guys, the big speculators, the big hedge funds to buy these things, if they know that the Fed rate's not zero, where they can borrow money, free money, they're not going to be buyers of tech stock. And you can see it. You can see it. I'll be right back after this break.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG. You can be a successful investor in the stock market by knowing what the market is going to do.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy at philsgang.com. God, you go nuts listening to these shows on TV, Kramer, any of them. I mean, they're giving you total garbage. Garbage in, garbage out. One day they tell you, buy this stock. Next day, don't buy the stock. Then you have two people on the show. One guy saying buy it, the other guy says don't buy it. So the question is, what the hell do you do? Well, we don't have questions here at Phil's Gang. And they never have to ask the question, what do you think the market's going to do? My members always know what the market's going to do because they've learned how to follow the money. That's right, follow the money. You don't follow fundamentals. You follow the money. And what is that? That's volume. That's the buyers and the sellers. And the other thing, you got to learn how to sell a stock as well as buy a stock.
Follow the money. Follow Phil Grandy.
Check it out, philsgang.com. Go to my podcast, YouTube, and Rumble every day. That's philsgang.com.
When the stock market is up one day and down the next, you need experienced advice from a pro.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy at philsgang.com. I know you're sitting there watching the stock market. You're going, what? Is this nuts? Market goes up 700 points. Next day it goes up 800 points. Then the market goes back down. Then it goes back up. What that is volatility.
You want to invest your money and grow your wealth. How do you invest intelligently?
But you got to anticipate what's going to happen with the market. And that's what we give you. Information so you can anticipate in advance what the market's going to do, so you know what stocks to buy, you know what stocks to short. It's all about having good information and anticipation. You got to anticipate. The one thing you can't do is rely on your brokers. Listen.
Our responsibility begins and ends with our partners and our shareholders, and that's it.
What are you, nuts? Partners and shareholders? You're not included.
Check out the free 10-day trial and follow Phil to investing success. Learn more at philsgang.com. philsgang.com.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy. Is your business prepared to respond to any emergency in the workplace? Well, you better be. Let over 30 years of law enforcement experience go to work for you. Boyd Investigative Group is here for all your business security needs. I know. I use them. They're terrific. Call today for your free confidential consultation. 941-724-4535. That's 941-724-4535. Or visit them on the website, BoydInvestigativeGroup.com.
License number A1900020.
When the stock market is volatile, how do you invest intelligently?
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy at philsgang.com. There's no need for you to be panicking in a market that goes up 800 points one day, 700 points, then it goes down again. All you need is good advice, you need good direction. You don't get that from your CNBC and the Fox Business and all these crazy shows. You don't. Here's what you get from them. Thank you, Jim Cramer. But this is something that this really bugs me. Listen to this.
Our responsibility begins and ends with our partners and our shareholders, and that's it.
What? Their responsibility is to their partners and shareholders and not to you? Check my site out, philsgang.com.
When the stock market is up one day and down the next, you need the experience of Phil Grandy at philsgang.com.
What a difference it makes in your financial life. philsgang.com. It works.
Are you a stock market investor without all the information?
What are you, nuts? Market's going up, market's going down. We're getting all this bad information.
How do you invest intelligently? Phil Grandy can show you.
If you want real information and you really want to know what the market's going to do and you want the truth, Go to my site, philsgang.com, and also listen to me on my radio show every weekday at 3 o'clock Eastern.
Phil's got the answers at philsgang.com.
That's philsgang.com, where you get the truth and you get the information you need about the market.
When the stock market is up one day and down the next, you need experienced advice from a pro.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy of philsgang.com. I know you're sitting there watching the stock market. You're going, what? Is this nuts? Market goes up 700 points. Next day it goes up 800 points. Then the market goes back down. Then it goes back up. What that is volatility.
You want to invest your money and grow your wealth. How do you invest intelligently?
But you got to anticipate what's going to happen with the market. And that's what we give you. Information so you can anticipate in advance what the market's going to do, so you know what stocks to buy, you know what stocks to short. It's all about having good information and anticipation. You got to anticipate. The one thing you can't do is rely on your brokers. Listen.
Our responsibility begins and ends with our partners and our shareholders, and that's it.
What are you, nuts? Partners and shareholders? You're not included.
Check out the free 10-day trial and follow Phil to investing success. Learn more at philsgang.com. philsgang.com. Welcome back to the Phil's Gang Radio Show. Want to know more about Phil's Gang? Go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-4264. Now, here's Phil.
Hey, good afternoon, gang. It's Steve Celeste here with philsgang.com. Just wanted to tell you how to get engaged with Phil's Gang and how to become part of the Phil's Gang membership, or how to try us for 10 days free. Simply go to philsgang.com. That's www.philsgang.com, and click on Get Started at the top of the website. Click on the big red banner that says Working Investor 10-day free trial, and that's all you got to do. And hey, while you're at the website, why not stop by our gift shop, see if there's something in there for you or for somebody you know. All right, thanks, and back to you, Phil.
All right, thank you, Steve. By the way, Steve, I was looking at some numbers today. He put a trade on KRE, that's an ETF for the banks, for the small regional banks. He did that on, make sure I got the dates right, February 28th, when nobody even thought about those banks. Nobody had thought about those banks. I did XLF. That's the ETF for all the big banks. So I told my members, short XLF, because the banks are all going to tank. I've been saying that since January 16, 2018, these banks are all going to collapse. I mean, this is worse than 2008, but you can't get that across to people. Anyways, so XLF, February 22nd, sell short. Then in March, I said, let's add to our position March 7th. We did really, really well with that trade. Then Steve comes in my office after I put my trade on February 28th. I put it on 22. He comes in February 20. He says, I got a good idea. He says, I think that the regional banks are going to really get tanked. Good idea. So he loaded up on KRE on February 28th. Great trade. That was a fantastic trade. So learn how to sell short and learn. You got to understand. If you don't understand how the bond market works, let me say this. When you go and start trading, investing, you need good tools, man, okay? I mean, you're going into a battle. You got the best tools in the world. When you understand how the bond market, and it's really easy. You don't. It's not all this complicated crap you hear. I don't know 3/4 of the bond market what the hell it is, but I do know the most important part about the bond market. I know when the bond market goes down, okay, the yield I'm talking about, the yield. When the yield goes down, okay, the dollar's going to go down, so I'm going to be buying gold. I also know that I'm going to be buying tech stocks, but only if the tech stocks, again, I got to see some real relative strength because the economy's so bad. But normal economy, tech stocks always go up when the yields go down. Gold always goes up when the yield goes down. You have your energy sector, yield goes down, always goes up. So again, if you know about how the bond market works, and then you got the color-coded chart that ties in, because the color coded chart follows, the algorithms follow the money. You got to make sure there's enough money. And people are buying stocks right now, especially tech stocks. They're going to get killed. They're going to get killed. They're putting a lot of money in. They're going to get killed. So once you understand the bond market, combine that with the chart that tells you if money's going into your trade or not, that's pretty important. If money's going in or not, you're going to be fine. And for 10 days, this is what you're going to learn. And if you didn't stay with us after 10 days, at least you're going to leave knowing how the bond market works, and that's going to help you big time. And if you don't stay with us, that's fine. But if you make a little bit of money because what you learned in 10 days, please help St. Jude, okay? All right. Listen to this. Listen to this. This is unbelievable. Here we go. I just talked about this a moment ago. Remember? Listen.
Yeah, explain. This isn't contradictory. Powell was talking about this yesterday, the Fed tightening while also, in this case, expanding the balance sheet. How does that work?
Yeah, it's a little complicated to explain, a little complicated to understand.
Yeah, that's Steve Leisman. Yeah, I can understand why, because here's Steve, remember?
People are feeling flush in their accounts, spending more than our income coming in.
Steve can't figure it out. That's what I was telling you. What he's saying is contradiction, is what I'm saying is, how can they be going and doing stealth QE buying, going in, printing money, saying to the Federal Reserve, calls the Treasury, Powell calls Yellen, send me over $22 million. Sends over $22 million in cash. He splits the cash up with the biggest gangster, especially J.P. Morgan. They go out, they go to the auction, they buy bonds. Yields start going down. And then when the yields go down, that's when you start buying tech stocks. Well, that's all good. But what he's saying is, well, why are they doing that if, on the other hand, the short-term Fed rates aren't going down? What made a fantastic 1,200-point tech rally from 2009 to November 2021 was that, well, they were buying 10-year treasuries called QE. They also made sure the short-term Fed rate, the rates went from 5 down to 0. But now the rates are going up, the short-term Fed rate, while the other one's going down. And that's what he's talking about. Isn't there a contradiction here?
Yeah, explain. This isn't contradictory. Powell was talking about this yesterday. The Fed tightening while expanding the balance sheet. How does that work?
Come on, genius.
Yeah, it's
Tell
a little
everybody.
complicated to explain, a little complicated to understand.
Oh, rub your bald head. That's all. Just rub your bald head, and you get everything going again here. Yeah. Isn't it amazing? They won't tell you what's going on. They're a pack of liars. I mean, they just won't. All right, what else we got here? Here we go.
Well aware of the concentrations people have in commercial real estate. I really don't think it's comparable to this. The banking system is strong. It is.
What a liar! I talked about the commercial. I had an old cut. When was that, Willie? It was when this is nuts. Everybody's going home to work, right? And the pandemic, commercial real estate, pandemic. Especially look in New York, Chicago, all empty. Now, you tell me that the people who are leasing aren't just walking away for their leases. Yeah. Of course they are. They're doing that here in Sarasota. They're just walking away from their leases. And so anyways, so I said, why aren't they talking about commercial? This is going to be a killer. Like, it doesn't exist. Strip malls are empty. Office buildings are totally empty. I don't care. You go to Chicago, you go to New York, they're empty. And people are walking away from their leases. Why? Because the banks were so stupid, they didn't cross-collateralize. When I owned buildings when I was a kid, and I owned buildings, man, every building I had, they cross-collateralized it with the other. If I had a building in San Antonio, they took collateral on my building in Middlebury, Vermont. And one of my buildings I had in, where the hell was it? Up in Orwell, New York, I think it was. And they took collateral on a building I had in Miami. I mean, and then they had me personally on the notes. They had me so tied up I couldn't fart, for God's sakes. These guys come in Oh, don't worry. One at a time. Here you go. Just sign this one for that building. Sign that one. Now they're really screwed, and you watch what happens. Nobody tells the truth anymore. Now, here's the truth. Listen to what I'm telling you. This market, I said last week, they're going to have one last attempt at rallying this market. Do you remember when I said that? I don't remember. I don't know if you got the date, Willie. But I said we're going to get. It was right after. It was the 7th to the 9th. The market dropped, and it was right after that. It was. Let me see if I can find it here. It was right after that. You don't have the. Ah, damn it. All right. Let's see. It was. Okay. It was 7th. It was March 7th, wasn't it? All right. When I get back, I'll find it. But that's when I came out. And I said, hey, man, they're going to try to rally this market one last time. That's what they're doing. We'll talk about that when I get back. Hey, join my gang, please, free for 10 days.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG. What if you could have an in-depth understanding of the stock market just like the pros? Well, thanks to Phil Grandy and philsgang.com, you can. philsgang.com offers comprehensive, up-to-date market information designed to help you understand and anticipate market behavior. With philsgang.com, you'll build your investing confidence even through down cycles and periods of uncertainty. Go to philsgang.com. philsgang.com today. 877-600-GANG. 877-600-4264. You want to invest your money and grow your wealth. How do you invest intelligently? Become a Phil's Gang member and receive the training, advice, and software that will take your investing to the next level. Phil's Gang software is easy to use, painless to navigate, and tells you exactly when to buy and sell to help maximize profits. Sign up for a 10-day free trial to see our platform in action. Learn more at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com.
Remember, when this market crashed in 2009, it should have never crashed because the chairperson of these two committees, their job was to protect consumers, protect our investments, and they're supposed to ensure that our investments are being monitored. Where were they in 2009 and 2008? They weren't anywhere because they don't do that. They take care of themselves. They protect themselves. They become richer. So you can't depend on these crooks in Congress. The stock market is a great place to be, but you just got to know this is a different market than your grandfather's market. So why don't you, for 30 days, join my gang, 877-600-GANG, try it for 30 days, $39.95. Follow me. I tell you when to buy, when to sell, when to add, and when to run like hell. All I ask you, start making money. Please remember St. Jude.
Don't wait. Join Phil's Gang today and make profits. Go to philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264. Are you a stock market investor without all the information?
What are you, nuts? Market's going up, market's going down. We're getting all this bad information.
How do you invest intelligently? Phil Grandy can show you.
If you want real information and you really want to know what the market's going to do and you want the truth, go to my site, philsgang.com, and also listen to me on my radio show every weekday at 3 o'clock Eastern.
Phil's got the answers at philsgang.com.
That's philsgang.com, where you get the truth and you get the information you need about the market.
With the philsgang.com membership, we bring investors right to the floor, into the pits with Phil's daily live webinar classroom. Get inside market guidance on investing strategies. Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Don't have time to analyze and study stocks? At philsgang.com, we recognize that there are all types of investors, and we also recognize that your time is valuable. So we offer investing programs for all individuals. We offer investing programs for long-term and short-term positions. And philsgang.com provides quick and easy to understand investing videos that only take a few minutes to watch. With the philsgang.com investing programs, you will learn technical stock charting, how to execute your trades, and most importantly, you will gain the confidence to know when to get out of a stock and take profits. Sign up at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. or give them a call. 877-600-GANG. Good investing means understanding how the stock market works.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy of philsgang.com. You know, if you really want to make sense of this market, you can't be listening to the fake Business News Network. They will not tell you the truth. They're to get you excited, to make sure you go out and you're happy so you'll buy something. That's not what we do here at Phil's Gang. We give you the truth, the direction, and that's what you need. Listen to me on my radio show each day and also on my Rumble and YouTube channel podcast. philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com.
Welcome back to the Phil's Gang Radio Show. Want to know more about Phil's Gang? Go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-4264. Now, here's Phil.
And welcome back to Phil's Gang. Join my gang, philsgang.com, and just click where it says Get Started. Right next to it, it says How the Pro 2 Color-Coded Chart Works. Check that out. Tell your friends and neighbors we are now fully podcast. Just go to YouTube, Rumble, Apple, Facebook. We still are maintaining Sarasota, okay? And also 93.7 FM, which is north of us, which is up St. Pete, Bradenton, somewhat of Tampa. And the rest of it, we're going to go full podcast. We've been doing good with that. And also we have, by the way, we have these short segments. They're 1 minute. You only can be on for 1 minute. They're was it YouTube and what's the other one? Yeah, YouTube Shorts and Instagram Shorts. And one we did last week, we got 19,000 views in 2 days, I think it was. 19,000 people like them. They're just short, right to the point. So you get it on YouTube and you can get it on Instagram. So just go to YouTube, and they like them much better than the long ones because you got you limit to 1 minute. So check those out. I think you'll enjoy those. Okay. All right. So what else did I cover? What I came back with? I forget what I came back with. All right. So look. Right now, let's talk about the banks. The banks are very, very important, okay? They drive the market up and down. That's it. Not tech. Tech doesn't drive it. No, tech doesn't drive nothing. Tech is really simple. Bring interest rates down to zero. I'm talking about the short rate now, the short rate. So CEOs can buy their stock, do stock buybacks. That's all they care about, and buy their own shares down. As long as they got zero money, those tech stocks will go up. And then what happens with the money they print and they go buy the 10-year treasury, what that does for them is push the housing market up so that you got a low-rate mortgage, and that creates an illusion that the economy is doing well when it's not. So right now, the banks, I would not, don't short them now, okay? You had to be in those in February. All right, give you an example. Our banks, God, we did really good with our banks. Let's take one of the banks. Let's just take, was it Wells Fargo or Citi? Oh, here, Wells Fargo. This is a great short. Our Pro 2 color-coded chart, if you can see this, yeah, okay, it lined up perfectly. It turned red, telling us that money was coming out. It was around $46.24, okay? Oh, by the way, when I said that after we had that, the market dropped, and I said they're going to rally. They're going to rally one more time, then it'll drop. That was on the 13th. That was on the 13th, I said that. We looked it up during the break. That was on March 13th is when I said that. We're going to have one more rally, because everybody was short. And I said, no, don't keep shorting because they're going to run this thing up. Anyways, so if you take Wells Fargo, we got in somewhere around $45, and today it's around 36. And it was such a perfect setup. There was a 22% return. Now, I'm not saying every gang member made 22%. I don't know how much each gang member makes, okay? They have to track their own stuff. But if they follow Steve, okay, and myself and Willie, and when we say, okay, take your stock, look at turn short right here, start shorting it, right? And Steve all day long stays with them, right? Short it. If you just listen to what we tell you, okay, then you get familiar with the chart, and then all of a sudden you start learning how to read the bond market. It's so easy to read a bond market. You get a 5-year-old could do it. I mean, first it looks intimidating, but it's really easy. And when you see that bond yield go down, those tech stocks are going to rally. Gold is going to rally. Not that it's going to sustain itself. We don't know that. And by the way, don't be surprised if they don't get a lot of pressure on them, if the Federal Reserve doesn't get a lot of pressure to go back to full QE, to go back to zero rates. Yeah, I was thinking about that last night. I was talking with Marta. I said, I wouldn't put it against these gangsters, okay, to say we're going right back to zero rates, even if it would crush the economy. Because do you know what that would do? It would destroy the economy. Do they care? No, they don't care. You think Washington cares? Or if Washington cared, they would have never allowed, the Congress would have made the stock buyback immediately illegal. The stock buyback was illegal. Remember, it was in 1982 in Reagan when he took over from Baby Bush, that idiot that destroyed our country. That he's a closet liberal, right? And what an awful man he is. So he's the one that screwed everything up. He screwed everything up. He was so stupid, this man. His father had to bail him out like 4 or 5 times. Every time he bought a company, whether it was to drill oil or a baseball team, he always messed it up. His father had to he has all kinds of friends in Saudi Arabia, and he'd go to his Saudi friends and bail the kid out, right? I mean, it was ridiculous. He's so stupid, this kid. So he really screwed things up when the banks went down in 2008. He should have let the banks break up. Let the 5 big banks, let them go bust. Because there was 8,000 other banks sitting there that would pick up the pieces. And he was lying. They're all lying. Bonnie Frank, one of the biggest liars ever. And Dodd, one of the biggest crooks ever, right? He got more kickbacks than any other Congress in history. Those two gangsters were in there, making deals. I mean, it was awful, and they kept on wanting to, do QE. Oh, jeez. So it's okay. We made good money on QE, but right now we got to think about the future. What's going to happen next? Well, go to your, I'm going to give it to you right now. Okay, go to these bank stocks right here and watch them every day, okay, until they make a move right here. Let's see. Go to, here, I got them right here. Hold on. Where the hell they go? Where are they? I put them aside for you. Big Tech. Finance, Apple, here we go. I got it somewhere. Oh, here we are. Okay. JP Morgan, Goldman Sachs, okay. As a matter of fact, I'm going to do a swing trade on Goldman Sachs right now, Willie. Okay. Long. And so JP Morgan, Goldman Sachs, Citi, and Morgan Stanley, okay. Just, again, if you just watch those stocks, and you're going to see, and you'll start seeing, well, they're going to start off with a little swing trade. Like, for example, the one I'm looking at right now, and I think will really do well. Let's see. Yeah, any of these. Just watch them for the next 2 weeks. Don't jump in and try to make a lot of money out of it. No, don't do that. Just watch them. If you want to buy one share, just so you're forced to go look at it every day. Because these banks, they got to do something to pull these banks back up, okay? And I think there's a lot of money can be made in these banks. They're going to rig them somehow to go back up. They've been crashed. Now, they're going to go down some more, okay? They're going to go down some more. They're going to make some new lows, okay? And I would say that they're going to make some new lows on these probably, I'd say next Thursday about 150. No, I don't know when, but they're going to they're going to work these banks. They got to. They have no choice. Remember what happened in 2008? 2008, I said the same thing. I said these banks are getting killed. let's go buy these banks. And they're still going down, right? So, but let's watch them every day, buy a little bit of them, and let's see what happens. And sure enough, the banks went up like, what was it? In 120 days, the banks went up 80% because they rigged them to go up. They're going to do the same thing again. I don't know if they're going to be sustainable or not, but we already made all our money on the way down. I mean, look at Morgan Stanley, Citi, Goldman Sachs. We made anywhere between 15 and 30% returns on these. But you can't go short them now, okay? You can't go short them if you're brand new. Can't go short them now. But you catch those on the way up. So that's one area. Gold. As long as the dollar keeps going down, look at UUP. As long as the dollar's in a downtrend, you'll make money on gold. So I would watch my gold, and every day I'm going to be working with my gang on the banks. I think these banks, maybe a week, maybe 3 weeks, maybe a month. But at some point, they got to snap those back. Okay? Join the gang, philsgang.com. Okay? If you make some money, please help the kids. See you on the show.
You have been listening to Phil's Gang with your host, Phil Grandy, on the Off the Wall Street Radio Network. Off the Wall Street Radio Network. Remember to visit Phil's website at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Or call the office, 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.